Welcome back to Flurry Sports. Luke Reimer to my right. I am Zach Bruner. We're just going to do some live Underdog best ball drafts here today. And I should probably just join one so that can fill up while I talk here. But obviously, we are going to be doing it on Underdog. If you've not heard of Underdog yet and you're watching on YouTube, go to the description below. There's a link there to sign up for Underdog. Or you can go to underdogfantasy.com, use the promo code Flurry to sign up. You get a free $10 if you join today and sign up. There is a lot of best ball drafts there for all kinds of sports. There's some pick 'em player prop stuff. I know Luke likes to do that as well. But their big promotion right now is Best Ball Mania 3 for Fantasy Football Best Ball League. $25 entry. First place gets $2 million. Second place gets $1 million. I think I can look at the breakdown here. There's so much payout. Up to 75,200 people get paid out. So your chances are good. $10 million in prizes, $25 entry. That means if you deposit $15, you get a free $10 by using the promo code Flurry. You get in, and good luck to everybody because there's a lot of money to be made there.
There is a ton. I know it's not football, but I recently hit a 5-leg parlay on there for $300 in baseball on 5 picks. So that's how easy it is. 5 picks, $300.
Yeah, you can go cross sports too, I believe. Looking at it right now, I haven't done the pick 'em on there for a while. I didn't realize they have esports on there now. They got soccer, they got MMA, racing, PGA, obviously NFL, NBA, and MLB. There's hockey, college sports. And this isn't something like you need to be in a legal betting state. Obviously, this is daily fantasy sports, even though it's using these player prop type contests. You can play it pretty much anywhere. Pretty much every state is legal. So go check out underdogfantasy.com. Again, link in the description. Use promo code Flurry for a free $10. And the draft just filled up. So let me get this up here. Looks like I'm pick 9. We shall see if that's any good.
So I guess, Zach, before we start, is there anyone that you have in mind right away that you want in a best ball league?
Obviously the biggest strategy that a lot of people like to do, and I've been having a tough time doing it. I did a couple drafts before hopping on here. Stacking's a big thing. Obviously, you're pairing a top quarterback with your receivers, maybe running backs if they're obviously a pass-catching running back. I've been getting Lamar Jackson a lot. He has been dropping a lot. I've been getting him a lot, and he's a quarterback. Obviously, I don't feel like I need to stack unless I can get Mark Andrews before him. That would be fantastic. But Mark Andrews has been going pretty early as well. So we shall see if I can even get him. Let's see. Get this draft up over here. But there's also Desean Watson's dropping really far. I wouldn't mind getting him. I paired Lamar Jackson with him in my last draft because he went around 170 overall. A couple of running backs start this off. I'm not sure why it's not updating for you guys, but we are on pick 5. So let's see here. See if I can get it to refresh.
There we go.
There it goes. I'll just leave that up. Okay. Coming to me quickly, I'm probably going to go running back first. I just don't want to miss out on a top running back here. So I'm going to probably go for Naji Harris, assuming he's not picked right now. I would choose him over Eckler, but they're both really close for me. And Eckler was taken, so that's fine.
Decision was made for you.
Right. And this is 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex. That's important to note. Half PPR.
So Naji Harris is going to be the workhorse this year. I mean, is it too outlandish to say that he leads the league in touches this year?
I don't think so. I think there's an easy case to be made. Jonathan Taylor, is going to be close. Christian McCaffrey will be close if he somehow stays healthy, but I doubt that happens. So, I mean, Naji Harris had to have been close last year in terms of total touches.
Especially with, unsure quarterback situation there, what's easier than to just give your ball to the running back every play?
And honestly, they would have given him the ball more last year if their offensive line was better.
Yeah.
And they've at least improved on that a little bit. So scoring chances may be up for Naji Harris. I think it's about the same, but obviously he was great last year. He should be good again. And I trust him in terms of health.
I agree. I can't imagine Ben Roethlisberger leaving does anything to Najee Harris's fantasy production this year.
I wouldn't think so. Steelers are so weird. They have so many weapons, so it's hard to kind of project everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone like George Pickens, he's a stud, but like I wouldn't trust him for fantasy. What's he, the fourth option?
Love to see him in green and gold.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be really nice. Anybody, please. A couple picks until me. Obviously, running back looks the best on the board right now. But I'm going to try a couple different strategies, obviously, through this stuff. I might reach for Mark Andrews.
Okay. I was going to say for best ball this year, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle sound very inviting to me.
They certainly can be. Like, how much trust do you have in Tua is
exactly
that's the question. I don't know, man. Like, I have Tyreek. I think I drafted him in the last one I just did, actually. So I like him. Jalen Waddle's weird for me. I think he's going higher than he should be.
Probably.
I'll look at his ADP after this pick. Man. I said I was going to go Mark Andrews, so I think I'm still gonna, but those are some good running backs on the board. I'm going to do it.
Fuck it.
I trust that I
YOLO.
can get like an Alvin Kamara or somebody on the way back if I wanted to.
What are your thoughts on Saquon Barkley?
I like him. I think he's definitely going to be better than last year, but for whatever reason, like everybody has the exact same opinion, which has his ADP high.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to type in Saquon Barkley. I meant to type in Waddle. 38.
It feels like
kind of high.
This should be Saquon's year with a new revamped offensive line. I mean, Giants aren't great by any means, but it's as healthy as he's been in a while, right?
Yeah, theoretically. And the offensive line's definitely better. I mean, they drafted tackles the past few drafts now. They got Feliciano from Buffalo. He's the center there now. Their offensive line should take like giant steps forward, but it's still probably a bottom 10 unit.
Probably, yeah.
But I mean, the offensive coordinators have had in the past, like Jason Garrett didn't do them any favors. Like there's way to scheme shit. Like you can get your quarterback on the move to make sure he doesn't get hit. You can draw up routes to space the field better to make sure you're using every inch on the field. And that's something that hasn't been done like the past 5 years.
Yeah. Since Saquon's rookie year.
Yeah. Saquon's never really had that. Daniel Jones has never had that. It's been a shit show, put it lightly.
So not to get too far off track, but you know that I like to get off track. What New York team finishes better this year? Man, both of them are like promising. They have a lot of really good young talent. I'm gonna go with the. I think the Giants. I think the NFC East is a worse division than the AFC East. I don't know if that can calculate into that at all, but if that's the edge, I give to the Giants.
Yeah, I would probably go with Giants just because I think they're coached better.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's also a first-time head coach, so we'll see. But, like, I feel like much like the Jaguars. The Jaguars last year were atrocious because they had a terrible head coach. I think they have the most potential to, like, greatly improve. I think the Giants are kind of in a similar boat. Like, I think Daniel Jones is good. I think they have really good wide receivers all over the place. They were injured on defense. I think losing a couple of veterans in their secondary really hurts them. I think they're pretty trash in their secondary. But other than that, offensively, I think they're good. Yeah, the Jets, on the other hand, I don't think their coaching staff's any good.
No. Well, it's tough when you bring in a defensive coach to coach a rookie quarterback last year.
Yeah. Well, that and the offensive coordinator is essentially a rookie offensive coordinator, and it's a lot of inexperience there.
Mm-hmm.
And now Corey Davis is like the veteran that's supposed to lead everybody, and he just doesn't feel like that guy to me.
Mm-mm. Corey Davis still feels like the guy who is going to get 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns one year. We just don't know what year it's going to be.
I know he's never been a 1,000-yard receiver.
Wild.
He's gotten close. I don't know. He's gonna be. He'll never have a 1,000-yard season.
Mm-mm.
He never will. But I bet he has a couple more 900-yard seasons.
I bet he has a 1,000-yard season if he dresses up like Zach Wilson's mom's friend.
Yeah, got to dye your hair blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Lure him there. I'm gonna go with DJ Moore for this pick. I like the running backs that look like will slide to me here. And I think DJ Moore is a little bit better than the other wide receivers on the board there.
So DJ Moore, obviously, we know his talent. Two mid to bad quarterbacks playing in Carolina now. And DJ Moore, I think he's had a 1,000-yard season. Is he going to be a good fit in fantasy this year, or should he be good?
He should be. The other side of it is like Christian McCaffrey, if he's healthy, he'll be good. Robbie Anderson should be infinitely better than he was last year. So there's a lot of mouths to feed there. Is a quarterback good enough to keep everybody happy? I don't know. But DJ Moore I do like a lot. I think Robbie Anderson's a really good sleeper for this year. I think he is at least undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a weird team too. Like they should actually not be that bad.
Mm-mm.
But I also think Matt Rule's going to get fired during the season. So we'll see how that shakes out, I guess. I think, I wasn't expecting Cam Akers to get taken there. If Etienne's there, if he's not taken right here, I'm going to have to take him, I think.
That probably makes the most sense. Tell me why Etienne is like running back 16 right now and James Robinson is running back 56.
Just because of injury.
Yeah.
He's coming back from that injury, but he avoided the PUP list to start training camp, so I would assume James Robinson's ADP starts climbing a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's the only reason. I don't know. Jaguars are so weird. They got about 14 slot receivers on their team, including Etienne, who can play slot. So I don't know what they're going to look like.
I've never seen a team give out so much money to receivers and none of them really be that good at being a wide receiver.
No, it's so weird. I don't. And theoretically now, they have Evan Ingram there. Like, how much do you trust Evan Ingram? Because he should be pretty good in Doug Peterson's offense.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't trust him.
Zach Ertz dominated in that offense.
Yeah, he did. I mean, they got some good players. I don't know what to make of it, I guess. They still got Dan Arnold there as a backup tight end. He's another wide receiver. Marvin Jones is probably the most trustworthy wide receiver on the team.
They got Zay Jones there now too.
Zay Jones, Christian Kirk.
Laviska Shenault, he's still there?
Yeah. There's some people who still think he's a sleeper. I don't know why. Every year is the year he's going to break out. Same thing with Devontae Parker. This is his year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the starters are listed as Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, Christian Kirk. Backups are Laviska Shenault, Jamal Agnew, Laquan Treadwell, Marvin Hall. And then tight ends, Evan Ingram, Dan Arnold, Chris Manhertz, Luke Farrell.
So their receiver core is just made up of guys who should be good but are not good.
Right. But then also, again, like Agnew, Kirk, ETN, Ingram to a point, they all play slot.
Right.
So their big outside receivers are Marvin Jones and Zay Jones. Laquan Treadwell's also a slot. Or Chenault, I should say. People are thinking Chenault's going to be Deebo Samuel this year. Some people think that. I don't get it.
Mm-mm.
Okay, how many picks until me? A lot.
So just looking at the draft here, it is wild that Gabriel Davis went in the 4th round. I know it's, 12 teams?
12, yep.
But it's wild that Gabriel Davis is going this high.
He's going really high. A receiver that's dropping a lot in ADP, and obviously it's just because of quarterback uncertainty, and it's not a receiver I especially like, but like in this format, DK Metcalf is dropping really far. I would be totally happy to get him as my wide receiver 2 coming up here. Maybe. We shall see. Otherwise, I don't have a quarterback yet. I was kind of thinking Lamar Jackson could fall, but he clearly did not.
Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert going through before Patrick Mahomes is interesting.
I'm not opposed to Kyler Murray with my next pick, but if both Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts are sitting there, I might pass and just take, hopefully one of them falls, you know?
Yeah. Let someone else make the decision.
Yeah.
So
take a chance there. Yeah.
It seems to me that Aaron Rodgers may be a good pick in a league like this.
For sure. He always has those crazy games.
Right.
Against the Bears. Okay. What do we got here? So, I mean, Jalen Hurts is there. Kyler Murray was taken right before me. I think I'm going to go DK Metcalf, though.
I wouldn't disagree.
Unless I could wait and grab Chris Godwin on the way back instead.
I can't see the players available, but are there any running backs that speak to you? With you only having 2?
I didn't have much time. J.K. Dobbins is there. I like him. I think there's a decent chance he falls. The top ones projected in terms of ADP are J.K. Dobbins, Elijah Mitchell, and A.J. Dillon.
Okay. 6th round feels too high to take A.J. Dillon.
I agree. Elijah Mitchell, people are scared off of him because of what Shanahan said this week about he wants a true committee. But he says that every single year.
And every year, only one running back really dominates from them.
Pretty much. Raheem Mostert dominates week 1 of every year, and then he gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He gets to do that in Miami now.
I still can't get over how fast him, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Chase Edmonds all are going to be in that teal.
They are going to be fast. They got that. Quarterbacks are kind of flying off the board now to a point where I can't take one. I'm just going to take the value, I think, right now. So the 3 players I'm thinking about, now I'm on the clock. I'm thinking about J.K. Dobbins, Chris Godwin, or Adam Thielen.
I think I like Chris Godwin more than Thielen, right?
I do. There's a lot of really good wide receivers on the board, though. So I think I'm going to go J.K. Dobbins and trust that he gets healthy soon.
Sure, up that flex spot.
Yeah. He keeps saying he's going to be ready for week 1, so... Another player who's dropping a ton, he's ranked super low on Underdog, is Gus Edwards right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Gus Edwards hasn't been cleared to come back yet either. But the Ravens don't have wide receivers. They got Rashad Bateman and nobody else. They're going to be running the ball so much this year. I think they could have 3 1,000-yard rushers. Easy.
And what's wild about that is how much they use their running backs. They don't throw to their running backs like at all.
True. That's true. Their running back room, like, they also got Mike Davis there. I don't know why you would sign him and not play him. So I don't know. Man, Chris Godwin's dropping really far.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd take Russell Gage over Chris Godwin.
No.
I don't know that I'd take Elijah Moore over Chris Godwin.
I understand people are nervous that he's not going to be ready. I know in June he was running, I believe, 19 miles per hour. So I feel like he's going to be. I don't think he's going to make like the IR. I think if he doesn't play week 1, I think he's going to be on the active roster still.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's almost worth, I don't want to say a reach, but maybe a little bit higher than what he's getting drafted right now for the sole fact that Tom Brady's throwing him the ball.
Right. It says his ADP on here is 64. So for whatever reason, this draft, he's been dropping really far because we're on pick 75 right now.
There goes Christian Kirk.
I'm looking at 4 receivers I really like right now. Chris Godwin, Adam Thielen, DeAndre Hopkins, and Drake London. But right after them is Trey Lance, and I would really like to take Trey Lance too.
And there goes Thielen. I'm almost wondering if a strategy, like Zach, just looking at you without quarterbacks right now, is a Trey Lance and then I guess, you don't want to reach, but an Aaron Rodgers too.
I mean, Trey Lance, Desean Watson.
Right.
If you want to take that chance. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers right now, his ADP is 109.5, it says.
And we're on 80 here.
It's going to be, if Chris Godwin doesn't get taken here,
I
feel like I have to take him.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I have to.
And looking at the other 3 teams, they have quarterbacks. You can come back and take Trey Lance too.
Hope so. We'll see. I have to take him. He's dropped way too far.
Mm-hmm. He's too good of a player to be drafted 81 overall in fantasy football.
Yes. 100%. And even on this format, he's been taken 64. So he's falling even. Like, I would take him 64 easy. I didn't. But like, I had exactly picked 64. But yeah, I don't know. We shall see.
Michael Thomas is an interesting player this year, huh?
I don't know how anyone could have any trust in him.
None at all.
Like, there's so many variables here.
Like the last time he played was with Drew Brees.
2 years ago, yeah. It's a different offense. We don't know if he's any good anymore. Different quarterback. There's wide receivers around him. I'm taking quarterback here no matter what. So I'm either going to go Trey Lance or Tom Brady, I think. Which is good value, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Trey Lance was taken with a fucking auto pick. That's so frustrating. Okay. Well, at least I got the Tom Brady, Chris Godwin stack. And I will take Kyle Rudolph later because he's ranked like tight end 200 and something, I think, still. He's not on the Buccaneers on this platform yet. So I'm guessing he'll go under the radar.
Yeah, I would imagine if there is, not necessarily best ball, but maybe early redraft leagues going on to take Kyle Rudolph with your last pick.
Yeah, you might as well. Best ball leagues is so nice because they're saying he's going to soak up a lot of the Gronk role. All they truly mean by that is he's a good blocker, so he's kind of an every down tight end, whereas Cameron Brate's not as good of a blocker, but that also just means he's going to see red zone targets.
Right. Yeah, in this Tampa offense, I don't necessarily know you bring in a guy like Kyle Rudolph just to block.
Agreed. Well, Brady's going to audible. He has full control. So if there's
Right.
any mismatch down in the red zone anyways, he's just going to take it. Okay.
Yeah, that blows Trey Lance on an auto pick.
Yeah. Screw that guy. A little teaser for Wednesday. We're going to be doing a fantasy football stream talking about players that you will not draft, must avoid players. And one of mine was just taken, Treylon Burks. We talked about him a lot during draft season, how the Packers were rumored to him. Packers loved him. At least I was extremely against him as a player. I'm not sure if you were as well, Luke. But now the news coming out of Titans camp is he's out of shape and he has asthma.
Tough.
So he's just trying to get into shape. So, like, I don't know why anyone would take him right now. There's no reason to.
All I'm hearing on that is with A.J. Brown gone and him not being in shape is that Derrick Henry's going to be injured week 7 again.
Yeah, probably. Good thing Robert Woods, he's an undervalued guy, I think, right now. He looks like he's ready to go. And the Titans clearly need him to be ready to go.
Robert Woods is an awesome player, too. At least he was before his injury.
Super underrated. He's really good. Okay, 3 picks until me. I might take Robert Woods, actually. He's actually sitting there.
Boom.
How many? Okay, I got 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, so I don't hate it.
And then, I'm sorry, you explained it before, but do you need to fill a tight end in this?
Yes, but I drafted Mark Andrews early.
That's right.
And I actually like the tight end value, which is a weird sentence to say. But like Albert O for the Broncos, he's going 150. Gerald Everett's the starting tight end for the Chargers. He's going 154 as tight end 17. Robert Tunnion's tight end 18. David Njoku, tight end 20. It seems like he's finally getting a chance. Noah Fant, 21. Hayden Hurst with the Bengals now. He's 23. Logan Thomas. Nobody wants to touch Logan Thomas. I know he's coming off a knee injury as well. But, like, shit. Like, he's a stud.
Right.
I know we all love Logan Thomas. Like, I would definitely take him. He's going 200 overall.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of mock drafts, and I mean, I've never been a big tight end guy. I mean, you and Trevor both know that. But if you don't get a guy like a Mark Andrews or a Travis Kelce or a Kyle Pitts, a guy like that, I don't necessarily know that Dawson Knox or Dallas Goedert or Zach Ertz are going to be any better than Albert O or Rob Tonyan this year.
100%. 100%. You're just looking for offenses that are going to funnel some sort of targets to these guys. And, so again, another player I like, he's a second-year player, came on towards the end of last year, Brevin Jordan with the Texans. He's tight end 29. Obviously, the terrible news about John Mechie, but that frees up opportunity for Brevin Jordan. Like, he's another underrated guy, too. Okay. I'm deciding between Aaron Rodgers and Cordero Patterson, and I think I'm going to go Cordero just because I want a running back.
Totally agree.
And I'm taking him over Ken Walker and Ramondre Stevenson, who have an ADP lower than him. I'm not sold. Like, I don't know why everyone's writing Cordero Patterson off, and I think we need to stop doing that. He's already made us pay multiple times.
Who, I guess, Cordero Patterson over under 10 direct snaps this year?
It's got to be over.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's over. If you're going to suck, at least make it fun.
Right.
But I don't know why. Like everyone's assuming Algier is the lead running back there as a rookie, and even if that's true, like what do you think is going to happen to Cordero Patterson?
Yeah, Cordero Patterson.
If he's not in the backfield, he's going to be lined up as a wide receiver.
Right, and he was the reason that Atlanta got some wins last year.
Yeah. Unfortunate wins. They kept wanting to lose, and him and Matt Ryan looked good last year for some reason. It's a nightmare. It was like a fever dream down in Atlanta.
So speaking of Matt Ryan, I've seen a lot of people say that Michael Pittman is going to be Matt Ryan's Julio Jones.
Okay.
Which, first of all, is wild.
Yeah.
Second of all, I mean, Michael Pittman's a fine receiver, but I don't necessarily know that I trust any receivers with Matt Ryan as quarterback.
Well, Julio Jones is a one of one.
Right.
First of all, Michael Pittman. If Michael Pittman joins, so there's 31 other NFL teams. I think he's not a wide receiver one on like 28 of them or 29 of them. Like he's not a difference maker.
I'd agree.
So, yeah. And Matt Ryan, yeah. Even if you thought Matt Ryan was super good during his MVP year and stuff, like he's just not that player anymore. I think he's fine. I think he's going to be good for the Colts in real life. But
I think that Matt Ryan should have to give his MVP to Kyle Shanahan.
Or Julio, split it. Like,
right.
It's just he can't keep it. But yeah, the Colts aren't going to be some high volume passing attack.
I don't know.
There's no way. Plus, that defense is really fucking good.
Yeah. Here's another question for you for Matt Ryan. Is he a Hall of Famer?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Like, I don't think an MVP is an automatic ticket. Some people think that, I guess. And I don't. I understand that argument, but come on. I don't know.
Right. I also think that Matt Stafford's a better quarterback than Matt Ryan. I think Matt Stafford's right on the edge of Hall of Fame or not.
I think Stafford's a Hall of Famer. I mean, I think he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So I might be biased.
Awesome player.
I would put Eli Manning over Matt Ryan.
Oh, 100%.
That's always one people talk about. What do you think about Phillip Rivers? Because he doesn't have the awards, but he's got all
like top 5 and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would put Phillip Rivers in the Hall of Fame.
I think so too, but it's definitely a tough sell. Okay. I don't like anybody on the board.
Rodgers.
I might go tight end. Rodgers is gone.
Is he? Oh, yeah.
I only got 8 seconds. I'm going to go Michael Gallup just because I think there's going to be some big games in there.
Feels like there has to be.
Yeah. I don't love that pick. I was looking at a few different tight ends, but
Eli Manning, I think whatever happened in his career, he should make the Hall of Fame just for beating Tom Brady twice in Super Bowls.
100%. Yeah. I think that does carry weight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we're going into round 12. I have 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end. I don't necessarily feel like I need to reach for any tight end, but there are a few good ones on the board. Like Freiermuth is there, Cole Kmet's there, Mike Gesicki's there. But I don't know. I almost would rather take a handcuff running back and hope they somehow get vaulted into relevancy because of an injury or something.
How many rounds are in here? Are in this?
I believe 18. 18, yep.
Okay. So I was going to say it's probably too early to take a reach on Desean Watson, seeing quarterbacks go.
Yeah, it's coming soon, I think. But okay, I have to go running back. Looking at Madison, Henderson, Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards is kind of early. I think he's going to be there next round. You know what? No. I'm gonna go Hardman. There's a few running backs I have my eye on. I think I can get someone.
So coming into this, Zach, when you told me that you were doing this, two players that instantly came to my mind for this league were Mecole Hardman, and then we talked about Marquez Valdes-Scantling last week.
Mm-hmm. Wonder what MVS is.
I saw he was
he's already taken.
Yeah,
he was. Where was he taken?
I want to say it was a little early.
Oh yeah, 91. That feels early.
Yep.
But whatever. You do you. Where was Sky Moore taken?
9th. 108.
I don't necessarily think Mecole Hardman is that much of a step down from either of those players.
Mm-mm. And the dude knows the offense.
Right. He was specifically drafted to be a Tyreek Hill replacement.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be doing a lot of stuff like near the line of scrimmage, I would assume. A lot of handoffs. He's going to be a lot of the running gadget plays out of the backfield.
Get the linebacker's eyes moving.
Yeah. MVS is going to be the vertical guy, stretch the field. And then I think Sky Moore will probably operate like within the 5 yards, probably. A lot of short routes and stuff like that.
And then you throw Juju Smith-Schuster into that mix as well.
Yeah. And Travis Kelce, I just had the conversation, I guess, on the episode that went out today for the Flurry Sports podcast. Like everyone's counting the Chiefs out to the point on ESPN today. They were saying the Chiefs need to rebuild because they can't win. But everyone's pointing to their offense as the reason.
Right.
If the Chiefs don't win this year, it's not because of their offense. It's not because they lost Tyreek Hill. Their offense is loaded.
I think they come out of that division.
That's who I picked. Yeah. I think they have a week 9 bye. We predicted their season. So I think they have a week 9 bye. I think week 8 they play Monday night, I believe, against the 49ers. I think they lose that game. Everyone's going to be panicking, saying that the Chiefs are done, and then they're pretty much going to run the table after that, as they did last year.
Yeah, Andy Reid is still the coach, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I can see you can argue their defense isn't going to be good. Like that's an argument to listen to.
They've overcome that before, though.
Right. Yeah, they do feel like a player or two away on their defense still, but
also I think it's wild.
Sucks.
Yeah. Also, I think it's wild that Eric Bieniemy is still there and not a head coach somewhere else.
Well, I mean, nobody likes the guy. And apparently this is the thing. Like, yes, he's been a really proven offensive coordinator, but he doesn't call the plays.
Yeah, I guess.
So, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, but in terms of where the NFL is, if you're an offensive coordinator who doesn't call plays, you're worthless, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. At least LaFleur, last year, multiple times, he let other coaches call plays on his staff. And it kind of set them up for jobs, as obviously this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy Reid has done that. But apparently, Bieniemy is a terrible interviewer. Apparently, he's a massive dick. And everything in between. Did Desean Watson get drafted? No.
I don't see him. No.
I'm going to take a chance and pass. I am going to take Gus Edwards here, though.
It almost feels like Ravens running backs are never bad to have in fantasy, no matter what spot they're on the depth chart.
Definitely not. And if I have both Dobbins and Edwards, I feel even better about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 5 running backs. I'd like to get at least one more, maybe 2. I have 6 wide receivers. I'd like to get couple more, and then I have one quarterback, one tight end. I want at least 3 tight ends. And depending on the quarterback, I'm okay going in with 2, but it's obviously smarter to have 3.
So based on that, with 5 rounds left, you're probably going to go quarterback, tight end, obviously for most of them. But I mean, walk me through what you're thinking right now.
I'm gonna pull the trigger on Desean Watson. Matt Ryan was still there. Like there was like 5 quarterbacks with an ADP lower or higher, whatever you want to say, ADP taken before him. But I think he's a difference maker. I think he's going to get a 6-game suspension probably.
Yeah, he's a top 15 player in the league when he plays.
Right. But this also means I definitely need to take another quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm honestly cool with like that third quarterback being somebody like Jared Goff, who is going to go super late. Carson Wentz I'm fine with. Marcus Mariota, I love pairing with Desean Watson just because I know Mariota is going to start at the beginning of the season. I'm very confident Desean Watson is going to start at the end of the season. So that makes sense to me.
And the thing is, Mariota, you know he's going to run.
Yeah. And he's got weapons. He actually could be sneaky good for fantasy.
Yeah, he feels like a kind of guy who comes out and, I guess scores maybe 20 points in the first 3-4 weeks, and people start picking him up, kind of get ahead of the curve. And then, obviously we all know Marcus Mariota. He's not going to win you games, but he'll get fantasy points, kind of like a Jalen Hurts almost. Maybe not to that level, but.
For 100%. I just wanted to bring up their schedule. It kind of is tough, which is unfortunate. They go Saints, Rams, Seahawks, Browns, Buccaneers, 49ers, Bengals.
Yeah. So they have the AFC North and NFC West. That's tough.
Yeah. Like, I think it makes the most sense to stick with Watson until stick with Mariota until their week 14 bye. But like, there's a legitimate chance they're 1-6 through their first 7 weeks, obviously.
Yeah, this feels like the team that you bring. Who do they drafted? Malik Willis? No, Desmond Ridder.
Yeah.
So do you imagine like Desmond Ridder starting like the last 3 games of the year or anything like that?
Well, a couple things. Like, I feel like he should sit the entire year. So I think he's that far away from being a starting quarterback in the NFL. However, like Mariota, I don't trust his health either.
Right.
So I think there's a decent chance that he plays. Last 3 weeks of the season, they go Ravens, Cardinals, Buccaneers.
Yikes.
Which are 3 games that are going to be meaningful for their opponents.
3 playoff teams right there.
Like, I don't know if you want to throw Ridder in there if
True.
those teams are playing really well.
True.
One rumor I heard is that they could be a Garoppolo destination, but I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah, that's what Mariota's for.
Right. Unless they really think, like, they just do not want Ridder to step foot on the field. I got a pick after this. I might go Marlin Mack here.
We know that Trevor likes him.
I know a player who you like has been dropping super far. He's still here as well. Mark Ingram, who seems like he's going to be the starter at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, if you're getting the starter in the 16th round, you have to be pretty happy about that.
I'm going to start with Mack. I have a feel Ingram's listed a little bit lower. There's a chance he slides to the next round for me.
Also, it's wild that Sammy Watkins is getting drafted ahead of Jamal Williams.
I know. Jamal Williams is listed so late. That's who I was hoping to draft.
Josh
in the
Palmer's
15th.
getting drafted 2 rounds ahead of Jamal Williams.
True. That's probably because, I like Josh Palmer a lot. The report just came out today that I think it was just the Chargers beat reporter thinks he's going to earn that wide receiver 3 job. But I don't know, man. What's the difference between a wide receiver 3 and a wide receiver 4 on a football team?
Can't be much.
It's not.
Unless you're the Green Bay Packers.
True. That is true. A few good players here, man. The top 3 running backs listed are J.D. McKissick, Mark Ingram, Raheem Mostert. I'm fine with all 3 of them.
3 guys will have fantasy production this year.
Yeah. Wide receivers, Paris Campbell's interesting if he stays healthy. Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson are both there. I think the smart thing would probably, for me, be to take one of those 2. Probably.
Could bring the show full circle and take Daniel Jones.
I like it. I think I'm going to if he's there. He has the same bye week as Deshaun, but I don't think that really matters a ton. If there's one quarterback that I have the most confidence in to be healthy, I think it's Tom Brady.
Oh, for sure. Point.
So, I don't think he's going to miss that week. I guess I can see who he plays in week 9 really quick.
And I guess in a league like this, you have to kind of take into account.
He plays the Rams that week. He is not missing that game.
Yeah, that's going to be a fucking 52-51 game.
He is sick that he lost to them last year.
Mm-hmm. Came back out of retirement just to beat them this year.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. So I have, 2 picks left. Oh, fuck. I only have 1 tight end. We're gonna go. We're gonna go 2 tight ends to end it, I think. But I'm totally cool with going Brevin Jordan and Kyle Rudolph, which I think I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
1 tight end who is ranked behind those 2, who no one's talking about, Jonnu Smith.
Where's he
Patriots
at?
paid him too much money.
Patriots?
New England. Yeah. He got paid at the same time as Hunter Henry. He just wasn't very good last year. He's going to be better this year. He has to.
Yeah, I guess another year with Mac Jones, too.
They just didn't use them right.
Yeah. Last year kind of felt maybe this year kind of too, that transition year in New England, that they're not necessarily rebuilding, but still trying to compete. And I don't necessarily know you can win games like that, but I think it does help for fantasy for sure.
I don't know how they were good last year. They had no business being pretty good.
No, none at all.
So, yeah, I don't know. Man. Taysom Hill is also listed as a tight end, which is kind of interesting.
I don't know what to think about Taysom Hill, man.
Me neither.
You take the shot in the dark that he's going to play quarterback.
It's best ball. All he needs is 1. If he has 3 weeks at quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
Or, they put him in goal line packages just to run it in. That would make sense.
Right. How much do you think they do that there now that Sean Payton's not here anymore?
I don't know.
Sean Payton fucking loved that dude.
This is the thing. They're in Taysom Hill's contract, he sees a massive pay bump if he sees a percentage of snaps at quarterback.
Right.
I don't think he would sign that without a guarantee he's going to play quarterback.
That makes sense.
And if he hears anything different, it feels like he would want to sit out to renegotiate his contract. That makes the most sense to me. Man, I might take him.
Fuck it.
I'm talking myself into it.
I'm all on board for it.
Yeah, this is the only format I would do it. An interesting name, Will Fuller just got drafted. Like, he is perfect for best ball. He's not on a team yet. I don't think he's even rumored to a team yet. The Ravens should take him.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Will Fuller's name spelled out William Fuller? Because I have not.
No. Neither have I. It's very proper.
There's Trevor's guy, Curtis Samuel.
He's an interesting name, too. Julio is sitting there. I wouldn't mind taking him. I can't do it, but I wouldn't mind it. Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield are both still there. Logan Thomas is still there.
So a guy like Odell, you wouldn't even touch in this.
I don't really see much of a reason to.
There goes Julio.
Man. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I don't really see much of a reason for Odell. Like, I think he's going to get picked up. I think he's going to play. But if he doesn't play until week 9, 10, like if he comes back in week 10, he's not going to see 100% of the snaps until week 14.
Right.
Like, it's just too much waiting for me.
It almost feels like it'll be the Odell year like last year, in my mind, where he comes on and, at the end of the year and has 6 touchdowns in 6 games or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah, it should be pretty similar to that probably. But that also means he lands into the perfect spot. Because the stars truly aligned for him. He got to go to the Rams. Robert Woods got hurt immediately. Then, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was under the assumption he was going back to the Rams.
I think he is too. But even still, now they have Allen Robinson.
Right. Yeah, Allen Robinson really throws a wrench into fantasy plans, huh?
He sure does. I got to decide between Logan Thomas and Kyle Rudolph now.
I would guess that Kyle Rudolph has higher chance to score touchdowns, right?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how much you trust Carson Wentz.
I'm a noted not Carson Wentz truster.
I don't mind him. I'm going to go Kyle Rudolph just because I have Tom Brady. But I do think Logan Thomas should be drafted.
So if you don't have Tom Brady, let's say you have Aaron Rodgers there, you're going Logan Thomas?
I think so. The other thing weighing in on it was I have Taysom Hill. So I want to make sure I have at least 2 tight ends playing. And Logan Thomas, he probably won't start the year. And then he could get re-injured. And then I'm super fucked.
And there he got drafted right after you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Mo Alley Cox is there. He's kind of interesting.
Speaking of, I guess, he's at Indianapolis still, right? Mo Alley Cox?
Yep.
Where did Trey Burton ever go to?
Nowhere. I'm not sure. People are still looking for him.
Dude had like 2 good games with the Bears, and everyone thought he's the next Jimmy Graham or Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, he got paid. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was surprised the Colts didn't re-sign him last year.
Yeah. I know we've always talked on the show too. He's the kind of guy who's like a Taysom Hill, comes in and takes snaps and gets goal line carries and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were using him all over. Okay. I think we'll do one more draft here quick. Hopefully it moves a little bit faster. But actually I'll do a 3-person. We'll see how that goes.
I know that I'm sure you have more experience than I do on this, but I did well in 3-person leagues last year, making money on Underdog.
I did too. And I completely forgot I did them until I logged in in March maybe to do March Madness stuff. I'm like, oh shit.
How did I get this money?
Yeah. Okay. I'm just waiting for couple people in this 3-person. I don't think I hit slow. Hope not. No. Yeah, this one, I'm surprised this is taking this long to fill up, but if anyone watching wants to jump into a 3-person, $3 best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy using the promo code Flurry, I think you should do that.
All right, sorry, I'm just replying to a work email.
You're good. I can read off. Okay, so that last draft just ended. So my quarterbacks were Tom Brady, Desean Watson, Daniel Jones. Running backs were Naji Harris, Travis Etienne, J.K. Dobbins, Cordero Patterson, Gus Edwards, Marlin Mack. Wide receivers, T.J. Moore, D.K. Metcalf, Chris Godwin, Robert Woods, Michael Gallup, Mecole Hardman. And then tight ends, Mark Andrews, Taysom Hill, and Kyle Rudolph. A super white tight end room. This is weird.
So I guess, Zach, when you're loading up the draft here, I guess basketball can kind of fit into this. But is there a certain, I guess, fantasy league or fantasy football type that you like playing the most? Not necessarily that all the other ones suck, but one that you like over the others.
I feel like I've really liked super flex now. Like I can't even wrap my mind around playing 10-team leagues anymore. Like our dynasty and 8-team league is kind of a nightmare for me. It's really
These are
tough.
fucking loaded.
It's hard to like evaluate people.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten really used to like 16-team leagues.
Yeah, in those small leagues, it's almost like the waiver wires mean almost nothing unless you can get a guy who's just incredible.
Nothing at all. Let's try. I left that draft. Trying a different one. I think it says everybody's full. There we go. Here we go. Let's get this up. Oh, that's going to look weird on stream. We'll see how this looks because there's only 3 of us. Little weird. Let me.
I guess in a 3-person league like this too, where you pick is not really taken into consideration much, huh?
Not really, unless there's someone who usually feels number 1.
Right.
And you need to get them or something. Where's my draft? This being. There we go. Ugh. Yeah, this one's going to go really fast, which is good and stressful.
Ooh. Heavy hitter right off the gates.
Yeah. Yeah, value is completely different now in 3 versus 12.
Now you get the guys you want.
Man, okay. I'm still going to go Jonathan Taylor. And
Derrick Henry? Austin Eckler?
I'm looking at Henry. Yeah, I'm going to go Henry. I think they have the most potential to just have stupid, crazy weeks.
Yeah. I know we talked about Derrick Henry, how he gets hurt a lot, but it's a big hypothetical. But if Derrick Henry's healthy all year, I think he probably leads the league in touches.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he should get 25 per game.
Mm-hmm. Dude gets like six a drive now.
They're going crazy for wide receivers here. Okay, so if they want to keep going wide receivers, I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna go Naji and Travis Kelce.
So you got to be happy with 4 and 9 there. Those are probably the high volume guys, other than maybe a McCaffrey or a Jonathan. I guess you got Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. I mean, my 3 running backs or 2 running backs in flex, they should have insane workload, insane volume.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I'm going to get crap for wide receivers in a 3-person draft here.
And as we've talked about, like wide receiver 10 through 30 are pretty much the same player.
Yeah, how do you like that? Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill. I'll take
Love it. It's almost
I think Deebo is a little worse this year, but he's still going to be good.
Yeah, it's almost like you got 2 hybrid wide receiver running backs now.
I agree. Man.
So I guess in the whole scope of, mainly talking redraft. I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with your picks, so tune me out if you're thinking. But how does Joe Mixon fare this year?
I think he should be about the same. He really fell off a cliff last year, but that offensive line's a lot better this year.
Yep. Same
lot better.
Exactly.
So, I think he should be good. I think he should be really good. He's a top 10 guy for sure. I went T. Higgins because I believe in that offense. I think he's going to have big weeks. And then obviously I picked Aaron Jones as my 4th running back because, again, I'm just thinking about big performances. And I know he can do that. So
just looking at your receivers, I know you had mentioned that you like to stack in best ball. Are you going to wait for a guy like Tua or a Trey Lance, or are you going to go try to get a Joe Burrow right away?
I'm going to go out and get my guy. I was really close to taking Josh Allen last time, actually. I'm much more bullish in a 3-person, as you can see with this pick. I just took Kyle Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a guy, go get them because everyone else is going to reach too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at wide receiver, apparently. They really like their wide receivers. Like Alvin Kamara is still sitting there. Nick Chubb is still sitting there.
I bet he takes another receiver here.
Probably. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Nope.
Ezekiel Elliott's still there. Darren Waller's still there. Alvin Kamara got taken. Okay. Well, if they want to run through the running backs a little bit now, I'm going to mess around with. I could probably pass on him. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna go Justin Herbert, and I really want to go back-to-back quarterbacks, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go Justin Herbert and a wide receiver. That is Marquis Brown, just for early season points.
You'll always get that from Marquis Brown.
Yeah, especially with Hopkins out.
Yep.
Right. And obviously I can grab Kyler Murray in a little bit if I wish. But there really isn't, like, who are my wide receivers? I'd like to get Trey Lance if I could. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go quarterback and probably fuck. Okay, I'm going to go
Can you scroll down
Patrick
a little bit?
Mahomes. Oh, my bad. I just took Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson went right before me.
Oh, and you had Kelsey, so Mahomes works.
Right. And then I'm going to go DK Metcalf. So now, going into round 15, I have 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 2 tight ends.
Who'd you grab for your other tight end? Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts. Oh, I have 2 quarterbacks with a week 8 bye. Good to know. I'm going to go Javonte Williams and Chris Godwin. And then for the last pick, I got 2 picks, but quarterbacks I'm deciding between. There's Jalen Hurts, there's Joe Burrow, and Trey Lance.
I think I like Joe Burrow out of those 3 the most.
I think Joe Burrow is the most consistently great.
I guess, yeah.
But if we're going peak performances, like I think Joe Burrow wasn't. I'm trying to think of my boom bust rankings. I'm going to go Trey Lance. I'll just say that.
It feels like a best ball league is geared towards running quarterbacks.
Right. Okay, so I need one more running back. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with James Conner. He has those crazy games. And then I'm going to go with the upside of Trey Lance over... is that stupid?
Nah.
Okay, we're doing it.
So...
Yeah. I'm going to do one more. I think the move is to wait at quarterback.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like if you're taking Chris Godwin in the 16th, why not take your last pick on Tom Brady?
Right, yeah. I'm just going to see who this last pick is because, I mean, he has to go quarterback, I would think. But even with that, the quarterbacks that are on the board for the last pick are Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady.
Studs.
Yeah. He went... Didn't even tell me. What was his name? Down one.
Down 1-0.
Oh, they gave him... Did he draft this guy or no? They gave him Derek Carr.
Tough.
Yeah, that sucks. Or maybe he took him. What the fuck? That makes no sense. Okay, well.
So tell me why James Conner doesn't get 20 touchdowns again this year.
I got nothing for you. Like, I think there's going to be some good running backs that are cut that maybe someone slides in and takes something there. But I think Eno Benjamin is going to be the Chase Edmonds type. And totally I think agree. James Conner is going to get all of the red zone work again.
Yeah, it worked for them last year.
Yeah, I don't know why they would switch that up. One more really quick 3-person. But yeah, I think that was interesting. At least we know wide receivers are going to go crazy.
Mm-hmm. I think the strategy in the 3-man league is to take, like you did, the Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, get the high volume running backs right away.
That, and I think you need to nail down a couple tight ends too.
Yeah.
And I arguably got two of the highest volume tight ends as well. Mark Andrews would be the other one in that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a horrible thing, like, obviously, with the 3-man to go your first 5 picks being running backs and tight ends, right?
Yeah, I definitely don't hate it. Let's see here. Okay. Last one here, if you're joining the stream, the video, wherever you are late, go to underdogfantasy.com and use the promo code Flurry to get $10 extra on your deposit. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description that you can just click. Also, subscribe, please. We will be live on Wednesday night as well, talking must-avoid fantasy football players this year. And we will also probably have a Packers show on Wednesday as well. Luke, to my right here, is going to be at Packers training camp on Wednesday. So he will be figuring out what the fuck is going on. He's going to have all the answers. Isn't that right, Luke?
Always do.
Always
the Packers don't necessarily take my answers, but
I need you to ask some players the most random questions you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
And we can write a story on it. We can do, if you can figure out what every player's favorite, every player's favorite, like, fruit is. If we can, like, fruit shame somebody, I think that's the way to go.
Well, I think the last Lombardi sweep we did, Zach, we left on a cliffhanger of could you take over the world in, I think I said 1400 AD with a tank. That may be a question to ask Packer players.
I think so too. I think that is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You will get some good answers, I think.
I also want to say for streams coming up, I promise you it won't look like I'm in a police interrogation room. I'm still in the process of a move. I'll have some decorations in the back coming up.
Okay. So definitely, obviously, subscribe to look forward to that.
Hell yeah.
I switched up my strategy. I went Christian McCaffrey and then Justin Jefferson. But I might get lucky here unless this person goes auto pick. Oh, shoot. Okay, so he went Travis Kelce. I'm still going to get Derrick Henry, though. And Naji Harris. I'm going to do that same thing again.
Boom.
So I just replaced Jonathan Taylor with Christian McCaffrey. And the bye weeks are good. That's good. I think I would be willing to draft Mark Andrews with one of my next picks.
Sure.
Assuming this guy doesn't steal him. Cool. Okay. We're going to go Mark Andrews. And then I only have one wide receiver, but I'm gonna trust the process here. It worked for the 76ers, right? It's gonna work for me. I'm gonna take Aaron Jones.
Did it work for the 76ers?
I don't think so, but
No.
I'd like to think it's gonna work for me. I'm hoping Tyreek Hill falls to me.
Okay.
Because if he does, then
nope.
Fuck. Okay, well,
fuck that.
I got Phillied. Damn it. Okay. Well, there's still wide receivers I like. We will go Keenan Allen. And you know what I could do? Let's have some fun. We're going to do this.
All right. All in on the
I'm sure you
Chargers.
see where I'm going. Yeah, we're going to get Justin Herbert.
So, T. Higgins, let's talk about him real quick. Where do you rank him in the receivers in the NFL?
In terms of fantasy or talent?
Talent, as a wide receiver, sorry.
I think he's really good. He's in the top
15?
Yeah, that's the number I was thinking of. He's right around that 12 to 18 range, probably.
Okay. That's kind of where I pegged him to.
How many running backs do I got? I got 4 already.
So I see, obviously, with your Charger strategy, you're going to take Justin Herbert at some time.
I'm going to do it right now, yeah.
Okay. What do you? So with Justin Herbert, would you? Because you got Mark Andrews, right?
Yes.
So are you thinking of Lamar Jackson soon?
Yeah. Next pick, probably. How many wide receivers I got? I got Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, AJ Brown. So in a perfect world, I go Darren Waller, maybe, and Lamar Jackson. I don't know if the running backs here inspire a ton of confidence. Okay. Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't mind this team at all, actually. So now I have 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks. Very balanced.
I'll also say that all the people who go on to ESPN and get into like the public leagues and just for the draft and don't set their league, like this is exactly what this kind of system is made for.
100%. 100%. And look at this pick.
Oh,
Alvin Kamara was there. I don't know why. How many running backs do I got? 5. I know I should go wide receiver, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be done at running back after that. But that is an insane running back core.
fuck the system.
We're really sticking it to the man with his best ball team. Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Naji Harris, Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel Elliott.
Can't be mad with
like
those. Especially seeing Gabriel Davis go right after Kamara and Elliott.
Yeah. Also, Javonte Williams. People need to calm down. I don't understand the Javonte Williams love.
Well, tell me why that's not going to be a split this year.
Tell me why Melvin Gordon doesn't get the most touches out of the backfield.
Right.
Like, not only is it a split, it might not even be in his favor. I'm going to go. Man, I don't like these wide receivers at all. I'm going to go DK. Chris Godwin.
Boom.
I scrolled down for those guys. I passed on Cortland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Terry McLaurin.
The nice thing about this league, too, is you don't have to worry about the bullshit with kickers and defenses either.
I agree. So now I have to decide if I want to go quarterback tight end or if I just want to roll in there with 2 quarterbacks.
I mean, Tom Brady's never a horrible pick.
He's not. I just feel like I need to take another tight end just because they're so volatile. And then the wide receivers, like I have a lot of boomer bust guys. Tight end, I'm going to go TJ Hawkinson. If I go wide receiver, this guy catches too many touchdowns. I have to take him. Adam Thielen.
Mm-hmm. If I wasn't a Packer fan, the saying of Tim Patrick, all he does is catch touchdowns, that would be Adam Thielen, all he does is catch touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Fully agree. So that team then, top to bottom, I only went with 2 quarterbacks. I went Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. Running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Naji Harris, Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel Elliott. Wide receivers are Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Oh, shoot, just jumped. Okay, so Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Chris Godwin, Adam Thielen. And then tight ends are Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, T.J. Hawkinson.
Like, of course, that's going to sound great because it's only a 3-man league, but looking at these other teams, those are much better than the other teams.
I agree. Let's see if I'm projected for more, because these projections are super accurate. I'm projected to be last out of them. So.
Yikes.
Yeah. Did only one team had 3 quarterbacks, actually.
Huh.
Which is kind of interesting.
And then obviously in a league like this, there's no waiver wire or anything.
Right. And the team with 3 quarterbacks only had 2 tight ends.
Whereas you went 3 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks. So
same with the other person who had 2 quarterbacks. They went 3 tight ends as well.
There is, in a league like that, there is definitely unorthodox strategies that could 100% pay off that you wouldn't even think about in a redraft league.
It's fully, you with 3 people, obviously you need the stars to align maybe a little bit less than maybe a 12 team. But like typically in that 12 team, like I've drafted a few 12 team best ball leagues where I'm only going 2 quarterbacks just because there's no point. Like I need to go all in. And if one of my 2 starters gets hurt anyways, I'm probably fucked. So that's also why stacking is such a big strategy. I care about stacking less than some people in best ball, at least. But like obviously when it hits, it does super well. And when it doesn't, it doesn't. Hi to Mariel James in the YouTube chat if you were still here. Sorry I didn't see your message until now. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, again, link in the description for Underdog Fantasy. Sign up using the promo code Flurry. You can get $10 for free to play. It's a lot of fun. Aside from NFL best ball leagues, which is their biggest product, like I said before, Best Ball Mania 3, there's $10 million in prizes in that contest, which is insane. They get MLB daily contests that you can do. PGA, NBA. Is NBA best ball already?
They had Summer League. I was doing that. Yeah. Oh, I was doing Summer League Pick'em too. Yeah.
Yeah, they got the full season already up.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. But then there's Pick'em. Like Luke was saying, it's picking player props over or under a stat, just like a regular prop bet on the sports book. But this is daily fantasy sports, so it's legal in pretty much every state. You parlay them together. Luke hit a parlay on there for a few $100 the other day.
You hit 5, it's 20 times your money.
Which is crazy. It's crazy. Like, and you're picking over, under. Like for baseball, for example, there's fantasy points over, under. You can do bases over, under, home run, pitch count, strikeouts, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely go check that out. You can go cross sports as well. Underdog's got a lot of stuff. It's a really good site, a really, really good site. And they keep getting bigger and better. And we will have more best ball streams, I'm sure, coming up. Maybe it'll be an every Monday thing. We shall see. But Luke, do you have anything else to tell the people before we get out of here?
I don't think so. Use that promo code Flurry. It helps us and you out. And they also have fun shit on there too. I did one for the hot dog eating contest, a parlay pick'em.
Yeah.
So they have a whole bunch of shit like that. It's an awesome app, easy to use, easy way to make money, I'll say.
Really easy. It's too good to be true. Luckily, it is true. But yeah, we'll be doing a lot of stuff with Underdog this season. And we will be back Wednesday night for another fantasy football stream talking about players that you need to avoid for your fantasy drafts. So definitely subscribe on YouTube to make sure you get notified for that. Luke Reimer to my right. I'm Zach Bruner. We'll be back Wednesday. See ya.